So as introduced, David and I were asked to say a few things, as the symposium usually marks one of the highlights in our study program, the moment where we all work towards and present the research that we did in our master thesis. We would not only like to use this opportunity to say thank you, but also illustrate how much these last 2 years have made us grow personally. The program itself stretches over 2 universities and brings together students from all over the world. In the beginning, all of us started with great excitement.
The excitement to meet new students.
To learn about Belgian culture.
About cultural differences, and even more our similarities.
Our passion for light technologies.
And joint experiences, such as becoming more independent.
Moving to a foreign country, and for some of us, even to a new continent. But with all this excitement, change, also worries and uncertainties come up, big ones as well as small ones. And we would like to share with you some of the fears we had from the point of being accepted, and that also accompanied us during the first weeks of studying. The fear of not fitting in, of not getting a visa in time, the fear of not being smart enough, not handing in an assignment in time, failing an exam, disappointing our families, and worst of all, having the fear that I am the only person worrying about all these things. Besides, of course, and probably the most the most present ones, fearing and worrying about the unpredictable trains between Ghent and Brussels, or that we get surprised by rain while cycling all the way to uni. But in the end, we're all in this together. All of us experience the same. This realization has helped me personally a lot during the sometimes very stressful times. So worrying about all these things actually just made it worse than experiencing some small throwbacks. Because in the end, as we see, it was all right. All these challenges made us grow, and all the mistakes we made in reports, in exams, made us learn and better understand. And in the end, well, we just took an umbrella that we always had in our bag, because the Belgian weather is really unpredictable.
One of the key aspects of this master is its collaboration between 2 universities. During the kickoff event, we could finally meet the other students from the collaborating university. There we did some speed dating to get to know each other, and there was also a reception with our Belgian delicacies to officially celebrate the start of our master. Afterwards, more events followed. These were organized by the SPA student chapter of the VEB and the Photonics Light Society of UGent. These events made the master more than just following some courses and doing some labs. They allowed us to create this community to develop professional skills and to get to know more about interesting fields inside photonics. During the networking events, we also had the chance to meet with interesting companies, which could become interesting for internships or as future employers. To be honest, the workload of this program is heavy, full stop. But we all decided to be here. And yes, all these hours we spent on writing or finalizing reports, working on our thesis, being in class, attending lab sessions, and studying for exams were a lot, especially during the first year or the last weeks before the thesis deadline. It can seem overwhelming. Therefore, it's comforting to know that in case the unexpected happens, we have a second chance to pass exams in summer, or that we can hand in our thesis later. At first, a lot of the projects looked hard, almost impossible. But in the end, we made it happen, because most of the time, we were not alone. We worked in groups consisting of physicists and engineers, where everyone had a slightly different background, so we could not only learn together, but also from each other. And this made us stronger as a team. The master also encouraged us to go abroad and to get in contact with industry. Not only did they encourage us, but they also supported us in finding the right opportunity and to realize this experience by contacting the companies, research institutes, and universities themselves. Thanks to this, I got a chance to explore the domain of aerospace, a field of which I'd never thought of before, during my internship at the company Antwerp Space. Moreover, After hanging out for such a long time with all of you, the international students of this master, I was thrilled to also have my experience of an exchange. As a result, together with a classmate, I got the opportunity to meet the Swiss culture for a whole semester and explore another environment myself.
I think we can say in all our names that the past 2 years were tough, but additional stress has been put on our shoulders during these past months, during the outbreak of COVID-19 and the pandemic resulting in a worldwide lockdown. The scope of many of our theses changed, labs were closed, lectures were moved online, and additional assignments were given for compensation. These weeks held a lot of uncertainties for us. Will the labs open up for students? Should I return to my home country? Is the risk of traveling worth taking? What happens if I get sick or a family member? And especially when staying abroad, can I rely on the healthcare system here? During these times, the professors, as well as Marjorie and Bert, had an open ear and tried to support us as much as possible. I'm certain that this time was not easy on them either. So we would like to thank you, all the professors involved in lectures, in the thesis supervision, to all the promoters, the counselors, the lab assistants, to being there for us, always trying to find a solution to our problems and questions. And it really is a pity that we could not end the academic year in the normal way, because in my opinion, we try to make the best out of it. And I think we can be very proud. Even during a pandemic, we realized a 2-day online symposium with many interesting result presentations. And it is just understandable that some of us had to delay their thesis deadline to get their moment in September. So during all this time and with every issue that came up, the professors were always approachable. We could sit together with them for advice on internships, on exchange, our credit distribution, and because of whatever we contacted them, they helped us and provided feedback so we could learn and further grow. Personally, it was the first time that I experienced the opinion of students that much welcomed and appreciated, which was especially shown during all our board meetings. The mutual respect leads to a strong feedback loop and further optimization of this master program.
So here we are. For some of us, this will be the final day of their master. What's next, we ask? How will we all evolve? But during this master, we learned so much, going from the basics of photonics to becoming a junior expert. We also got to know so many cultures, improving our skills and feeling more comfortable to work in a diverse environment. All of this made ourselves ready for the next step, which will start tomorrow. Although we are currently still a junior expert, I'm convinced that we will evolve in many different positions. Someone in this virtual room might become the next inventor, or might lead his or her own company, or will be the next expert in the field. Many opportunities lie ahead of us. And as Professor Setke just mentioned, you should just find your passion and then follow it. For those of you who still have exams or the thesis in August, we all wish you the best of luck accomplishing these. And for those who still need to start with their second year, we wish you lots of success and hope you will also learn as much as we did, both personally and professionally.
So in the end, it leaves us with nothing to say, but thank you.
Thank you for organizing all these events.
Thank you for your continuous feedback.
And thank you for wanting us to become better.
And last but not least, thank you to all our families who made it possible for us to come so far.